Good afternoon. Welcome to the EYC project, guys. So today we are interviewing CCee from CCee Nails and CCee Nail Academy. So round of applause. Give me some emojis in there. Round of applause. So I like to engage with my audience. And
listen, it's hot in here.
CCee's burning up. I'm burning up.
I know.
Too, but y'all can't see me.
Menopause or something. I should have left the AC on, honestly, because I think it's because of the windows. Mm-hmm. So when it's hot, it's hot.
Well, we gonna get into it. So today we're gonna talk to you about the services that CCee offers. We're gonna talk to you about how you can book her services, how you can get into a class if you're interested in becoming a nail tech. And we're going to give you a tour. She is right on Pleasant Street here in Fall River. So I'm going to show y'all a little bit of a tour after. But the first question for CCee is, CCee.
You sure you want to start with the questions?
Yeah, we're going to start with the questions. Yeah, we're going to get right into it.
Jump right into it.
All right. So first question is, what made you want to become a business owner to begin with?
I never wanted to become a business owner.
Never?
No,
you own multiple,
it wasn't.
You see this, and she owns multiple businesses now.
It wasn't much. I don't know. It was never like a thing for me. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't know anything about business, right? So, first and foremost, I grew up in New York. Okay. And I moved here in 2015, I believe. 2015. No, what am I saying? I moved here in 2014, right?
To Fall River?
No. I used to live in Stoughton, then Taunton, then Fall River. So when I moved here, before I moved here, I was in school, right? I was in college. And I wanted to become a cop. So, and it was just like, that was the goal for me, right?
To become a police officer.
To become a police officer.
Okay.
And then when I moved to Mass, right? Now, nails was always a thing, but not a thing for me because when I was in high school, I was more like a tomboy. Yeah. I didn't care about the hair, the makeup, and stuff like that. I would just do my little cornrows. I'll just do like, wear my little like my what is it called, my sweatpants and my t-shirts and keep it moving. So when I moved to Massachusetts, actually I read an article, right? And in that article, there was a lot of information about the whole beauty industry in general, right? So one of the things that I read from that article is that they were talking about how nails and how the whole beauty industry in general will be like, it will be blooming by, 2022, 23, like 2001, 2002. So they were just like giving a breakdown on like, based on, like how social media, from Facebook from MySpace.
Yeah, we'll take it back to MySpace.
Yeah,
days, y'all.
So I actually, it was just kind of like, is it really like a thing? Like, people really spend money on hair, on nails, and so I didn't care for it.
Right.
I was young. So after I read the article, right, I went back to New York for like a couple of like weeks or so, and at that time I was just visiting, right? So when I went back to New York, I went to Queens and I got my nails done there, and a black girl did my nails.
Okay.
So I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
we're not going to stereotype, but usually there's a certain ethnicity that does nails. So when you see, and not for nothing, when you did my nails for the first time, I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, she just did her thing, like,
Right.
So definitely understandable.
So when she did my nails, I was like, a black girl doing my nails? And I was like, I walked in and I was scared. I was like, I don't know, man. But, I had faith.
Right.
So she did my nails and it came out so beautiful. And then since then I was like, damn, I wonder if I can do this. But the thing about me, I love art. I love music. I love art. So anything that I want to do as far as like when it comes to art, makeup, hair and stuff like that, if I really want to do it, nothing is gonna stop me.
You put your mind to something and you get it done.
So when I moved to Massachusetts and I looked around, I went and got my nails done.
Yep.
It was my birthday. After I got my nails done, I went home and I spent the whole night crying.
Oh man!
Because I didn't like my nails.
That's the worst.
I had to reshape. I had to do everything.
Damn, that's the worst. Ladies, y'all know when y'all get your nails done and it ain't what you want. The disappointment.
Right. So what I did, I went back home. I reshaped my nails. The only thing I didn't do is the color because I don't have gel. Right. So the next day, right, I took them off. I went to Sally's.
Okay, then.
And I bought like a little sari, like, and them saris kit, they're not like, So I got like a little sari kit, and took them off, and I did my left hand.
So you just decided, I'm gonna start on myself.
And trust me, it wasn't good at all. But it was like, I think I can get a hang of it, right? So then I went online and I look around to see, okay, if they had just a nail school, not a whole cosmetology. I just wanted to see if they had like just a nail school. I just wanted to go to just for nails, right? So when I look online, there was a school in Quincy.
Right.
So I called them and I asked for the price, and at that time I had a job, right? So because of my work schedule and their schedule, so I had to ask them how can they work around my schedule. Right. So luckily the director, she was like, okay, I can make a schedule for you, but you'll be the only one in the class.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, fine.
Get it done, right?
So in 2015, I went to nail school and I got my license.
Okay, so you've been doing nails since
then, yeah.
Okay.
So since 2015, so I've worked in Brockton, not Braintree, Bridgewater, and Fall River was my last stop. And then I worked in Fall River for like about 2 years, and then in 2020 I opened CCee Nails.
And that was right when COVID came.
So that was right when COVID hit.
Oh my
That's
God.
another story.
I remember that.
That's another story.
Yeah.
So when COVID hit, I did my grand opening February 15, 2020. I remember because March 21st is my birthday, right? March 19,
oh man,
I had to shut down.
So not like a month. You had like a month of your nail salon being open.
So March 19, we had to shut down. From March, I think up until August, I believe.
Yeah, it was August.
Around like August. So that's when
they started reopening.
They started doing like the whole reopening,
right?
For spa, nail salons, and stuff, because we're more like close contact, right? So in August,
and you had a very good like policy right when you walk in the door. You got to wash your hands. You got to have your mask on. You were just like on top of all of that stuff.
It was until now. Until now, like before you sit on my chair, you have to wash your hands. Until
absolutely.
Now, it's a must because not one, you have your skins have oil, right? Your skin have oil, and then your nails. I don't know, you just came from home. I don't know what you've been touching, what you've been doing, eating and stuff like that. So you have to wash your hands, and then I either wash my hand or using sanitizer and then gloves, then get a service. But that's how it started, and
good. And now here you are. So, like I told you guys, I don't know if you caught my video a couple days ago about what inspired me the most and why I wanted to interview CCee. And like I said, when I would get my nails done, we would talk about her wanting to open the school and the difficulties that she went through to get the school open. So do you want to talk a little bit about the struggles that you went through while you were trying to get your school started?
So after I opened the nail salon, right? So here's the thing about me. Even though I know how to do hair or braid or makeup or, you know, whatever, I always feel like if I don't get the proper training, that's not my thing.
Right.
So for me to feel comfortable, for me to feel comfortable, for me to feel like I earned that title, I have to take training for it. So I have to go to either a school or someone that specializes in to get a certification, right?
You.
So when I started doing nails, I had no type of training. The school that I went to, it was just like the book.
Right.
Take your book, we go home, read the chapters, read the book, and then, when you come back the next day, you do your test and go over the exam.
That's the worst kind of learning.
And it was just like, what am I learning here?
Seriously.
I can do this at home,
Yeah, a lot of people are more hands-on. Like, they like to actually do the work so they can learn it. I'm that type of a learner. Me reading something, I'm not going to retain it. But me physically doing it and getting the hands-on experience is a lot easier. Right.
So was it in 2000? I think it was 2021. Because COVID happened when 2021, I went to California. So I did like a 5 days training. And after that training, it was like the best investment. Girl, I came back. I was like, listen, I got this. Got because you can learn everything from YouTube. Most people, they're more like I'm more of a hands-on person, right? So once I know how to get it done, once you teach me how to do it, I can actually watch any video and do it myself, right? Skills. So after California, I came back. I was like, I got this. Yeah, I got this. So then I had clients that asked me, I want to learn how to do nails. Do you give do you do seminars and do like classes and stuff like that? So I started doing seminars.
Yep.
And from doing that, I felt like being a nail tech, it's not just it. So being able to teach people what I've learned and my skills is actually more rewarding than just being a nail tech.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So being a nail tech, of course, for my clients is like, oh my God,
you
I found my perfect match, right? But for beginners or people that are like interested, I want to learn how to do nails. It's like, wow, I want to learn from you. So I started doing like seminars. So from doing that, and I said, you know what? I look online. That's one thing about me. I always go online and do my research. And I called Rob Boy on South Main Street. So I asked them, I said, do you guys offer just nails? They didn't offer nails. So I called someone, I think it was Braintree and Dartmouth, and none of them offered just nails. So you had to take the whole course to be certified. But even when you take the whole course, they only teach you like basic, manicure. Just like 25 hours of just nails. And sometimes they don't even do it, right? So I called other places, and it was just like, nope, we have to take the whole cosmetology. So I was like, okay. So I went on the state board, like the cosmetology board of Massachusetts. So I look at their requirements, their, what it takes to open a school. I email the director just to ask questions and stuff like that. So when he sent me like a whole layout of what you need, So from there, I was just like, okay,
I'm gonna run.
I'm gonna open a school there.
Right. That's right. That's right. You're gonna take that ball and run with it.
Yeah. So it was just an idea, right? And then, of course, you need to have your instructor license.
Right.
You need to find a location, and then there's a specific requirement for your theory room, your practical room. You need an office. You need a locker. It doesn't have to be a locker room, but you need a space for a locker.
Right.
You need bathroom. You need like a receptionist area. You need, your classroom has to be a specific square footage.
Right.
So it wasn't like, like my nail salon. I didn't want a big, like a 5, 6, 7 chairs. I just wanted something more simple.
And your salon is very intimate. I like your salon because it's not a big, huge salon. It's very intimate. It's her and Marissa still, right? Anybody added new or?
Not yet.
Marissa does a mean pedicure, y'all. Let me tell y'all. But yes.
So I was looking for location everywhere. I didn't care if it was in Brockton, if it was in like Randolph, Braintree. I was just looking.
You were just open to anywhere.
But then it hit me that we don't have anything in Fall River
at all,
in Taunton, Stoughton, Brockton, Dartmouth,
right,
New Bedford,
right,
even Rhode Island. So Rhode Island offers different hours. Rhode Island is 300 hours,
right. What is Massachusetts?
100 hours.
Oh, okay, so big difference.
Which I don't think it's not enough. It's not enough. But I try to, do more of like the hands-on,
right,
instead of staying in the book for 100 hours.
Right. So do you go back and forth between the book and hands-on learning in your class?
So the book, for the students, it's online, right? So they have their online copy. So they go online, they do their assignments online, they do their quizzes every week. They read the chapters and everything, right? And so for the hands-on, we do like 2 days a week.
Okay.
So you come in the classroom 2 days a week. We do hands-on. Sometimes I'll do like reviews, especially for the state board exam. So I'll go and like go over the important parts of it. What you need to learn.
You know what's on the test?
Or no.
So is it different every time?
Yeah. It's a what is it called? A test bank.
Okay.
So if let's say you fail the test, you go back, it's not going to be the same questions.
I know. I was doing real estate, remember I told you, and I keep failing the test, and it's different questions every time. But I thought I would have an upper hand because my instructor actually wrote the Rhode Island exam. So she was teaching us things. So the fact that I keep failing it is crazy. But
no. and the test for nail techs, it's really not that hard.
It's not hard.
So far, I haven't none of my students. Most of them took the test already, right? And so far, they all passed.
All of them?
So far.
So every student that's taking the test,
the majority of them so far, yes,
passed.
Yes.
Y'all need to enroll in her school if you're interested in nails.
It's hard, but it's not that hard,
right?
If you know what I mean.
I feel like it's a lot of attention to detail.
If you read the book, you can't fail the test. You can't.
There's no way.
There's no way because there's only like 2 books out there for manicuring, right? And it's My Lady, and I don't know what the other one is, but the most state they use My Lady.
Okay.
So if that's the only book that's available, right? If you read that book, you can't fail the test. So and it doesn't have to be. Here. So this is the instructor one. So this is the book. So if you do all the chapters, you do the chapters, you do the quizzes, you practice the online questions. It's mostly like sanitary stuff, like infection control. Common sense. Yeah, common sense.
Okay.
So like right now, I received an email, I believe last week. So what they're trying to do is they are trying to eliminate the practical portion of it.
Okay.
So they're just gonna leave the theory part. So when I graduated as a nail tech, right, I had to do my hands-on.
So you had to do everything.
I had to actually go to the test site and do like a face-to-face hands-on, right? After
actually
COVID,
manicure somebody's hand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But after COVID, they eliminate that.
Okay.
So after COVID, now they just do just online. You can do it at home, or you can go to a test site and just do it there.
Do it there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So right now, what they're trying to do, they're trying to eliminate the practical part.
Okay.
So the questions that they ask about the whole practical part of it, they are trying to eliminate that.
Yeah.
So I believe on the 14th that they're having a meeting and they're waiting for people to vote for that. So the only thing that I don't like, I wish we had more hours.
Gotcha. So
like Rhode
you
Island,
feel like 100 is not enough.
It's not. You can't really learn much with 100 hours.
That's true.
Think about it.
That's true.
If you work 40 hours a week, that's pretty much like what 2 weeks, 2 weeks and couple like 2 weeks and a half.
So everything they want you to learn in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's crazy.
So basically, they just want you to learn infection control. So that's where I come in.
Okay.
I didn't want that. There's way around it. We're all adults, right? You have the book. I tell you what you need to focus on, right? So it's your job to go home
and do the work.
Right. So we can sit here and read the book.
It's gonna be boring as hell.
Not even that. What am I gonna learn?
True.
We can sit here and do the book, and it's not a problem. We can do the book, but are you here for the book or to learn how to do
for the
nails?
experience? Yeah, I want to be hands on. I want to learn. I want to, like you said, be hands on. So
it's not just about me being an instructor, right? It's also, it is also about me teaching my techniques, right? I still take classes. I still take like private, training, like things that I want
just to become more of a master at your craft.
Right. So even if you are a nail tech, or even if you are like, an instructor, it doesn't stop there. So you have to keep taking classes. You have to keep going on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever.
And times are changing, so you have to keep up with things. Like what you were doing back, 10 years ago is not the same styles that people want now.
No.
Before it was a lot more just simple things. And that comes into play with like the pricing. A lot of people complain about the pricing of nails and stuff. But before, when you think about it, our nails were very simple, basic, short, one color. Now everybody wants all kinds of designs, everything.
At first it was just regular polish, right? And I don't want to teach a class here.
Right.
But it all started with the Rome, the ancient Egypts and stuff like that, right? It all started with just painting their nails with eggs.
Painting their nails with eggs?
Yeah, they use the nail. So the men, when they go into war, that's what they use to paint their nails.
Okay.
Right? Then they came up with regular polish, right? Then they came up with the manicure, the they call it Luna.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the little white portion of your nails. It's like Luna. I think it's also a Spanish word for the moon. Yeah. So they created a Luna manicure. So from that, then they created the regular polish. Then from the regular polish, they came up with D&D, which is like a brand, right? And then so now you have OPI, you have this,
right? All the different brands,
yeah.
And So you know how to do everything. You do dip. You do like
Yeah,
literally
dip,
every type of nail.
you know, Gel X, pretty much everything. Acrylic, what is it?
The overlays. You do the acrylic overlays.
Yeah,
You do all
overlays.
of
So
that,
yeah.
So, a little bit about the school. When's your next class starting? This is your last class for the year, correct?
So it's kind of like difficult for me to decide, but I don't want to do another class after this one. Not this year.
Okay.
Next year, yes. The only reason being because, okay, we have Thanksgiving.
Holidays.
We have Christmas. Then we have New Year's. Then
Then my birthday in January.
Right, but
That's
let's
a
not forget about the
holiday.
snow, right? Let's not forget about the snow. Let's not forget about
True.
snowstorms and you know everything else. So I think that this will be my last class, but more than likely I will probably do like a seminar around November, maybe like a 2 days refresher course, or like if you already like a licensed, you know,
right
tech, you can take the course. I'll be teaching like you know, design for Christmas, for Valentine's, and of course then you have Easter and stuff like that.
Patrick's Day, all that stuff.
Yeah, so even if I don't have the class, I would definitely do like a seminar.
Okay, and when do you think next year? So if somebody wanted to enroll in March,
yeah.
All right, guys.
So you just say that's when
March you can enroll again.
Yeah, that's when everything
your
kind of
class
like
is
slows
full,
down
right?
too. Right
This
now,
class? Full?
so for the morning class, my morning class starts on Monday, and I only have like 2 seats left. And of course, who's gonna enroll now, right?
Right.
And for my evening class, I think I have so far from the paperwork that I have 7 students. But
so she does day and evening classes. What about like online? Do you do anything online?
So it's hybrid.
Okay.
I don't have to be online, but you have to do your assignment before
Gotcha.
the next class.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So if I'm always available. If you have a question, I can always get online. Right. But it's on you
to get the work done. Right.
And there's no free pass.
Absolutely
I don't just pass students because it's my reputation.
Exactly.
And
you work
I work hard for this.
Absolutely.
It's not a joke. If you want this and if you're serious about it, you will do the work.
Period.
Right? So you still have to go online, do your schoolwork, like do your book, your chapters, do your quizzes. I know it's a lot, but I always tell my student, don't stress about this, but focus on that one.
Right.
So.
Awesome. So I'm going to give you guys a quick tour, and I'm going to show you guys what comes included when you sign up to enroll in CCee Nail Academy. So we're going to go around. Are you ready to go around? You going to come around?
Okay.
This school is like beautiful, y'all. If y'all follow CCee on TikTok, she has some before and afters of the place, and she's done a phenomenal job. So I'm gonna take y'all around real quick and show y'all.
They can come and help me clean too.
All right, let's see.
So I'll turn this around.
We gonna flip the camera here. All right, so this is one set right here. So CCee, you want to tell them what you offer here?
My phone. Hopefully I don't.
All of this stuff is included when you sign up for a class.
All right. So listen.
You look fabulous.
Let me break this. So one of the things that I'm trying, I'm gonna have you hold both phones.
Okay, I got you.
So one of the things that I'm trying to change is the luggage. It's pretty heavy.
So is that what you give them?
It's just that by itself.
Oh wow.
It's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do is get something that's a bit that's lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, by the time they put everything in there, they can even bring it up and down the stairs.
Right.
So, yeah. But then for my curriculum, so based on what the state required, we're supposed to teach them even a demonstration for hard gel. So I don't focus on the hard gel, but I do demonstrations, right? So I will do like a demonstration. I'll have the hard gel going around just so that they can try it and see like how it feels and see how it works and stuff like that.
So it's not something that you focus on, but you do touch on it.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Because now most people don't do hard gel anymore. It's mostly like the press-ons, the Gel-X. Right. So because of that, and the Gel-X is also like, it's an easy service. You do your Gel-X, it's less, it takes about like 2 hours. Not even, what am I saying? Like an hour, 15 minutes, 20 minutes just to do it, right? And it lasts about 3 to 4 weeks. On your nails.
Gel-X?
The Gel-X.
Wow, okay.
So with the Gel-X, right, you can expect to make about $60 and up.
Damn.
Per
okay.
hour. Because it's a fast service.
Right.
So
there's money to be made in this business.
Oh yeah. So you can for
you gotta spend money to make money, guys.
Yeah, I know most nail salons, they charge around like $60, right? And then what about the add-on? Designs, French, chrome,
right?
Everything else that come with it. And that's another $10.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're looking at up to like $70, $80 an hour.
Awesome.
Right? Just the Gel-X. The only thing about Gel-X is that you can't. The longer you go without getting a refill, it's harder to do a refill.
Somebody just asked a question. Does Gel-X last longer than dip powder?
I'll say 50-50. But, and it depends on the client. You see what I'm saying? So, if you're a nurse, if you're always washing your hands, the hand sanitizer, right, alcohol and stuff like that, and if you're a hairdresser, right, more than likely the dip powder won't give you like a whole full 3 weeks. The Gel-X will give you 3 weeks.
So it is better than.
Yeah, everything they use in the nail industry, it's all acrylic.
Gotcha.
So there's no such thing as dip powder is healthier, it's better for my nails.
Right.
There's no such thing because they were all made with
acrylic,
right?
Good to know.
So I love Gel-X, right? Especially for me, I don't have time to sit there and do my.
Is that what you give to your?
So I give like.
Let's take a look at these kits.
Well, it's supposed to have my logo, but of course my supplier decided that we're gonna ship them out. So they get like the stiletto.
Nice.
Don't look at my nails, please. I'm a nail tech and my nails are horrible. So it comes with like, I think it's 500 in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it comes with the solutions and everything else that you're gonna need for your service. Okay. And then of course, you have like line brushes, 3D brushes. It's pretty much everything. Honestly, after my student graduates, you can actually start doing nails without having to spend
a lot of money.
The lamp, that's what I use. Personally, that's what I use for myself.
This lamp?
Yeah.
Okay.
The drill, that's what I use for myself. I use Young Nails. That's like everybody's favorite product.
Young Nails?
Yeah. The lamp for the soft gel. It's about $40-$50
for that lamp. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the LED lamp, it's about $200-$250.
Oh, damn. And all this stuff is included. When you sign up for a class, guys, all of this stuff is included.
So you get that, then you have your practice hand. Of course, you have your drill bits, you have gel polish, you have.
So you setting them up for success with this little package.
There's a lot. And plus I have I I have plenty of like supplies and other stuff here that they can use in class. So usually at the end of the course, like 2 weeks before the course end, I usually have them come in with family, friends, or I'll ask online, you know, my students, they taking client right now. So all they have to do is just pay for the product. They're not paying for the service.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because they practice it. Right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. And trust me, and they also get like, you know, nail tips. Like they get like
extra nail tips.
Stiletto, square nail tips. They get a lot.
I see that.
So I mean, if you can't do it, don't do it. But if you're gonna do it, do it.
Do it right. Period. Y'all heard that? I like that.
It's about the money, but it's not about the money.
It's a passion, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah. You love what you do. You know, do it the right way, right? So the tuition is $3,000, right? And I do know other school that's a little bit, probably $200 or $100 cheaper. However, you pay for what you get.
That's right.
You don't get like a full kit, right? You probably get like those little they divide products in like little containers and distribute it,
right?
I can't do that.
Yeah,
that's not me. If it's not gonna look like this, I don't want to do it.
I feel you. Yeah,
that's pretty much it. So this room right there, this is the theory classroom. So that's
theory classroom.
We do the chapters. We go over the chapters, and then after I believe like 30 or 25 hours, we go back there to the practical room.
So let's go take a walk back there, and we're gonna see where they get the hands-on experience.
So the capacity is 12.
Okay.
Right? But by next year, my goal is to add more chairs and more table, right?
Okay. And
hopefully hire an instructor or an instructor assistant. Only because per instructor is 12 students per instructor, right? So I can't have more than 12 students sitting in a class
at a time. Okay.
Unless I have that extra
person. Okay.
So we do our practical here. I have gel polish, regular polish. I have like, you know, tons of like stuff on the table. Those I'm gonna put them in like a cabinet so that way they're more like organized,
right,
for them to use. And I'm still getting more products only because it's like,
oh, I love those colors.
Only because it's like there's always something new. There's always something new. So I like to.
We got the hand washing stations over there.
So you need that. You need the hand washing station. You need like, you know, your hot towel warmer for pedicure. You need like a sterilizer.
And now you show them how to do pedicures here as well.
Yeah, the only thing I don't have here is the pedicure chair. But when we get to the pedicure part of it, I take them to my nail salon for
awesome,
like a real life experience.
Nice.
Right? So I teach them how to use the regular pedicure chairs and how to clean it. And then, you know, teach them pedicure, foot massage and stuff like that. But I will get a pedicure chair. It's just gonna be a portable pedicure chair.
Right.
It's not gonna be like you know,
one that's has to stay in that spot.
Yeah. Then I have to pay for plumbing.
Yeah, we ain't got time for all that.
So this is pretty much it. And then on the other side is my office.
Nice.
So yeah, it's, you know.
And I just want to give you guys a quick little hi y'all. Let me see if I can flip this camera around. Hold up, guys, because I want them to see your hallway. Okay, so I'm gonna take y'all in the hallway because when I came up the stairs, it was literally the cutest thing ever.
Well, you're gonna have to take my phone.
Yeah. Let me take your phone. Sorry, guys. You know how my lives be. Okay. So once I get down here, I'm gonna flip the camera again. I'm gonna show y'all where we all on Pleasant Street first. CeCee, I'm gonna open this door, okay? If If I can open the door. Okay, maybe I'm not going outside, but we're right on Pleasant Street. Oh, right here. No, I can't open. Hold on, let me put y'all down for a minute. There we go. Struggling with the door here, y'all. All right, so we are right. Oh, let me flip this camera again. All right, so CCee Nails Academy. This is what we looking like on the outside. Here's CCee up there doing her little money dance. All right, so we got CCee Nails right here. 1554 Pleasant Street, if y'all didn't know where she was located. When you come in, you see her nice little sign here. Has her little table, her banner. And then look at the work going up the stairs. More wall art?
Yeah.
All right, let me put y'all down again so I can lock this door.
It is still hot.
All right, let me flip y'all back. And CCee did all of this work by herself, guys. Like literally on her hands and knees doing this work. Literally. Now on the wall, is this all stuff that you've done?
Yes.
All of her work. Y'all see why she's the best in the game. Look at them nails right there. Fire. All right, let me flip y'all back. We're back in action. There we go. Nope, we're back flipped. Sorry, y'all. All right, so this is the tour. What y'all think? What y'all think?
So
Leave some
this
comments.
is supposed to be my punch in and punch out machine. I swear, I still don't know how to use it.
I feel you.
I still don't know how to use it. So
The fingerprint?
Yeah.
But this is it, guys. So CCee, if they wanted to book services with you for your nail salon, how would they do that?
So if they go online, so I have the link in my bio on
Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay.
And then if they search CCee Nails, of course, then the Vigaro thing will come up. So then they can go on
Book it
Vigaro
right
and
there.
book. Unfortunately, I don't do appointments over the phone because think about it, right? If let's say if I'm working with a client right now, and then you call me, oh hey, can I make an appointment? Do you have something for tomorrow at 2:00? I'm not gonna stop with my clients, right?
To go see if you have
Just
an
so I
appointment.
can go online and just to see what I have for the next couple of days. And let's say that I had something, right? And it's not for the time that you want. Then I have to keep flipping.
Keep it
switching.
going through, right?
Yeah. So
When they
it's
can
easy-
just go on
it's
themselves,
easier.
see what your
Right, right.
availability is.
Of course. So it's
Awesome.
easier that way. It's easy to navigate. So it's not an app. Everyone uses Vigaro.
Right.
Most people use Vigaro, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the school, if they can call the school, I don't know the number by heart, but they can call the school, or because once they call that call forward, I forward that call to my business cell phone. Right?
Okay.
So they can either call the school or send me an email.
Can you let them know where your nail salon is located?
357 Columbia Street.
357 Columbia Street in Fall River
In Fall
is
River.
the nail salon, and 1554 Pleasant
1554 Pleasant Street.
is the
Is the
nail
school.
school. Now, if they want to sign up for your class come March, how would they go about doing that?
So they have to go. So they can call, right, or send me an email. Send me an email. Hey, I'm interested in the course, and I'm interested in day or the weekend or evening course, right? And once they send me an email, then I'll send them like a prompt message with a little bit of information about the school, what's required, the tuition, the weekly payment, what they need, and what's included in the tuition, right?
Now the payment for the tuition you said was $3,000. Now you break that up into payments for them, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you do 50% down. So you do
1,500 down.
50% down, and then the remaining balance you pay weekly, like a week, like $250 a week.
But y'all better be watching my Instagram, because I share when she runs her promotions to get some money off of the tuition.
So and then, you know, once I get the email, I send like a prompt message, and then if you're still interested and you want to enroll, then I send the student enrollment form.
Awesome.
You know, once I get that, you pay your enrollment fee. I'll have like a date when they need to do the 15% down, the 50% down.
Got it.
And then that's pretty much it. I know that a lot of people called about financial aid. I don't offer financial aid because it's only 100 hours, right? I don't offer financial aid. However, I am a vendor for mass rehab. So if they are part of the mass rehab program, they can, you know, speak with their caseworker, and then, you know, they tell them how to go about it.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then I just found out Surjob, they also would help you pay half of it, like 15%.
Oh, I love Surjobs. I used to work with them a lot when I worked at the agency. They would help people that I send do resumes, things like that. Very good company.
So I have one student right now, she's going through Surjob, and because of her, that's how I knew about it. So Surjob, they'll help you pay half of the tuition. So
that's awesome. So you hear that, guys?
I think, and I honestly think there's more programs out there. It's
you just gotta look for it,
knowing what program, who's giving the, you know, the free money, or who knows what.
So y'all heard it here. Surjobs in Fall River will pay half of the tuition if you're one of their associates that get services through them. So definitely check it out.
That too. Mass Hire used to do it for nails, but they don't do it for nails anymore. They do it for the cosmetology.
Oh, okay.
So
everyone is saying that that's amazing. That's great that, you know, companies are giving out, you know, grants and stuff. So that's amazing. What are your goals, like, for the rest of this year, next year? What are your goals for both your nail salon and your nail school?
So I want to spend more time here
at the school.
At the school, because the goal is to have a class every 2 months, right? And I have to spend more time here, like paperwork and stuff like that. And for the nail salon, I am still looking for like a nail tech. So I'm looking for someone that's gonna, you know, run the nail salon.
Gotcha.
Marisa is great. But Marisa is like, she's the quiet type.
Yeah.
She just do her thing and go home. You know, she doesn't bother anybody. She just, and because of that, people take advantage of her.
Right.
People take advantage of her, and I don't like that. So I want someone that's gonna be like
head honcho, you know.
You know what I mean? Like, that can run the nail salon and of course work there. And
see, now you about to have me take a nail course. Come and run your salon for you, girl. Stop playing. Sure.
So that's for the nail salon. So I do want to hire at least 2 more nail techs. I only have 1 pedicure chair because Marisa does great with pedicure.
Yes.
But I am looking for someone that can do acrylic.
Gotcha.
Okay. You know,
none of your nail techs that have gotten licensed, they haven't wanted to apply?
Well, here's the thing about nails, right? Everybody wants to be their own boss.
Period.
Right?
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Right? You know, graduate from school and go right to it. That's wrong. And I always tell my students, once you graduate, it doesn't have to be my nail salon. I really don't. It doesn't matter where you go.
Right.
Go somewhere, work, get the experience, get the clientele.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? I started doing nails, and my first job was in Brockton.
Yeah.
Right. From Brockton, I went to Bridgewater. From Bridgewater to Fall River. I had clients that followed. When I went to Brockton, I had no experience at all. But I had a feel of how the whole national thing work. You know how they do it. How they do nails, pedicures, how they do, everything in the business aspect of it, right? And then when I went to Bridgewater, it was more like, okay, now I need to start working on my clientele.
Right.
I have people from Bridgewater that still follow me, that still come to me.
Absolutely. And I think it's because the personality that you have, because like I said, when I would get my nails done, you were just so chill, down to earth.
Oh yeah.
You're not like
not
when you go
nails,
when you go to a nail salon, usually, like I said, there's a certain ethnicity. They don't speak to you. They don't engage. Right. There is no personal conversation, and you make people feel very comfortable. It's a great atmosphere, great music. Alexa be on a vibe with us over there. So
even here too, like when they doing hands on, and I just walk around. I have the music on. You know what I mean? It's just life is hard already, right? It's too hard to be too serious.
Absolutely.
Right? So I always tell my student, after you get your license, don't just, you're doing nails at home. I don't need anybody to know where I live.
Exactly.
You are not coming into my personal space to get your nails done. I'm sorry. To each his own. You can do that, but me personally, you're not coming into my house. Here's one thing about clients, right? They will always love you when you're doing a great job, right? They will always love you when you can accommodate them. They will always love you when you don't make no mistakes, right? But the moment something goes wrong, it's on.
Oh yeah.
Right? So lucky you can do nails at home, and it's all good for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Fine. One little mistake, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
One little mistake. So I don't ever advise my student to do it at home. Go somewhere, because they're always hiring.
Yeah.
Go somewhere for 6 months.
Get the experience.
Go somewhere for a year, 6 months. At least give yourself 6 months of getting the experience. And then if you decide that I'm gonna rent a chair somewhere, I'm gonna rent a little studio, I'm gonna rent a little room, whatever, then do it. When I worked in Bridgewater, that's when I felt like, okay, I need to start working on my clientele, right? Then I have a lot of clients coming in. Those that became my permanent clients, and some of them were just once in a while and stuff like that. So those that became my permanent clients, when I moved, they followed me.
Yeah.
Even in Fall River. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you're not losing anything. If anything, you're gaining clients.
Exactly. Because word of mouth, they spread. Yeah.
You can't just. You're doing more work. Being at home and trying to promote yourself, trying to sell yourself out there. Meanwhile, I can sit at a nail salon, right? Work my butt off. Those clientele, they're coming to me. I don't have to go chase them.
That's right.
They're coming to me. So after my experience, after 6, 7 months, let's say I don't want to be there anymore, I can transition to either having my own little spot or rent a chair. Then those are your clientele, because you're gonna be doing more nails, you're gonna be posting more pictures, versus if you're doing it at home, you getting one client every once a week. You get a client, or you get 3, 4 clients once a week.
Yeah.
Right. Meanwhile, you can make about at least $400 to $500 a day.
Wow.
Working at a regular nail salon, just doing basic manicure.
Like we said, there's money to be made in this business.
Just doing basic manicure and pedicures. Not even acrylic.
Right.
Just basic manicure, pedicures, or dip powders. You can make about $400 a day, and that's 6 or 7 clients a day, right? But yet you're sitting at home promoting yourself, pushing yourself, trying to convince people to come to you that you good, you do a good job, yada yada. When you can actually go somewhere, work, expose yourself, and then move on to the next step.
Yeah. How important do you think walk-ins are? Like when you get a walk-in, right, at your nail salon? Oh, you don't do walk-ins actually. Did you ever do walk-ins?
Yes.
Is that how you gain some of your clientele?
No, I've had my clientele from.
Because I know, like sometimes, like if I go somewhere that's like, you know, I just pop in and I walk in, and then the person does a good job. It makes you wanna continue to go back. You know.
But here's the bad side of this, right?
So let's flip yours.
You go back to them, right? Let's say you go to you do a walk-in, right? You do your walk-in, and when you go back, you don't always get the same nail tech. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sometimes, most of the time, it's usually like someone else, right?
Right.
So the good side of doing an appointment, you get the same person every time you come back.
That's right.
So they already know what you like. So like, when my client comes in, I'm like, okay, I already know not to ask them if they want me to cut it.
Right, because you already know. You become familiar with that person. So that is the good thing about having the same person, is because they already know what it is that you're looking for. Like you said, they don't have to tell you when they sit in your chair. You already know. Pretty much all they have to show you is the design.
The design.
Right.
Which sometimes could be.
All right, so let's see.
Hold on a second.
So you've already spoken about how people can book your services. You already spoke about your goals and when the next class is going to be.
For honestly, my goal for the school in the next 4 years, 3 years, I honestly want a whole cosmetology school.
So do you want to expand more than just nails? Oh, that'll be amazing. So what other things are you thinking of expanding into?
Barbering.
Okay. You said you do hair.
Yeah, but
you're a jack.
You know me. That's not like, no, that's not like.
I remember getting my nails done one time, and you was putting together a whole paint night and everything. I said, "Oh,
I want to do that again.
Yeah, you do everything.
I wanted to do another paint night. You know, before. Cheers. Before it starts snowing and stuff like that, but
yeah, and she was like doing the menu for the paint night while I was getting my nails done, and I could just remember like my mouth watering of the things that she said she was having.
I don't know.
I love that you take
myself.
pride. Yeah, I love that you take pride in everything that you do. I love, like you said, you don't limit yourself. You don't take no for an answer. And like you said in the beginning of the interview, once you put your mind to something, there's nothing that's going to stop you. And that's what I admire about you. Right. The fact that, it's
like a lot of work. So the little story that I told you before about the whole, opening the school, I did it. I had no help at all. Now, there's stuff out there. There's grants. There's a lot of there's out there, right? But unfortunately, I didn't get to participate in any of them.
So you didn't get any funding at all from the state for the school?
No.
Even though they offer. So what were the reasons that they were telling you that you couldn't?
So one specific place I went to, and it's more like they were offering minority grants and small businesses and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And mind you, I only asked them for $20,000.
So that's all you asked them for was $20,000.
Listen, to open a business, you can't open a business with $20,000.
That's not a lot, okay. And what they say when you asked them for $20,000?
When I asked them so I did the paperwork, I did everything. Mm-hmm. So I submitted my paperwork, right? And I waited about like 3 weeks.
Let me just get this.
After 3 weeks, I didn't hear. So the quote unquote, the person that's supposed to be in charge of the funding. So what they do, they get your business plan, right?
So you do have to put together a business plan.
Yeah,
okay.
I had like At least almost like 50 to 60 pages.
Oh wow. Okay, so you got your
like I
business
put
plan
everything
together.
down. I break everything down. Like, listen, it was like that business plan was like.
That was all
Listen,
on
I'm
point.
gonna get. Listen, I'm gonna get more than $20,000. How about that,
Right.
child?
They said no. They said no.
So I submitted the whole, my documents,
Business
my
and
papers, and
everything.
everything, and waited for 2 weeks. He went on vacation and came back. So waited for 2 weeks, waited for 3 weeks. Finally, I called the secretary. She was like, "Oh, so and so is still no. He just got back. He said that everything looks good, so we're going to present it with the members, the chairman,
Right.
So if you telling me that everything looks good,
You're thinking everything looks
everything
good.
looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, so I have student loans. Do you think that it's gonna be a problem?
Mm-hmm.
So he said, no, absolutely. Like, as long as your credit is
It's
okay,
good, yeah.
blah, blah, blah. He even said, oh, you only need like a 600, a 620 credit score. Okay, whatever. So I was like, I know the
You
credit
ready,
was,
yeah.
I know credit was good.
Uh-huh.
I had my business plan and everything. So when I messaged the secretary, so it was just like a whole, oh yeah, he's
the
gonna go,
runaround.
yeah, it's the runarounds. They just said the runarounds.
Yep.
So finally, I guess he got tired of me messaging him every other weeks, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks
To see what was going on.
to see what was going on. Like, I only asked him for $20,000.
Exactly.
My business, to open my business, it cost about over $50,000 to open the school, and I only asked him for 20.
Right. Less than half.
So when I did the business plan, I had everything, like, from what I'm gonna be making as far as like my revenues, and I give them the minimum. I didn't give them the maximum of students. So the max I have right now is 12 students per class, right? I only put half of that.
So the 6.
So I only give them 6 students per class for the first year, right? So pretty much, when he finally got back to me, it was a vague email.
So you already knew what
It
time
was
he
informal.
on.
First and foremost, my name is not CCee Nels. Let's start there. My name is Francia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is. It's not CCee Nels.
And he put CC nails in the, oh my goodness.
Listen.
The level of unprofessionalism.
So, no. The first thing he said was, so our decision is not based of racial profiling or
that's the first thing.
That's the first thing. Oh, it's
there.
not based on racial profiling, or it's not based on gender, sex, or whatever. I was like, okay, let's see where this is going.
Oh man.
And then I still have the screenshot. Because I'm gonna print that and put it in a
That's
big
your
frame.
motivation, girl. You
gonna put
better
that
print
in.
it. Boop, right there. Because you told me I couldn't. And look
Right.
what I did.
So he was like, so he said to me, then to go further, right? He said, based on the projection of my income. So pretty much it's BS.
Right.
But he put it in a nice word. Like, he worded it nice. It's pretty much BS. So there's no way in hell you be making this much in the next 2-3 years. And that was just with the minimum students, right? So, and then he said to me, you need a guarantor, so I need to put somebody else on the loan. So I didn't. So you know what? I didn't reply back. I didn't respond. Nothing. I just let it go.
Don't even give it the satisfaction.
Now, my thing is, if I have an LLC, okay. Yeah. So the thing is, I had an LLC, right? That's right. God had better plan. So I had an LLC. I have an LLC. Why are you asking me for a guarantor? Why are you asking me to put someone else
Exactly.
on my application that has nothing to do with my business?
Right.
Isn't that why we have an LLC?
Pretty much.
Right? So he said to me pretty much like the revenue it doesn't make sense. It's too much money.
Okay.
So he pretty much said you will be, because it's so much that this doesn't make sense. So my thing is, you either didn't do your research, because of course you're a man,
right?
So more than likely you don't know anything about nails.
Exactly.
And this is the part that hit me the most, that actually pushed me to do this on my own. I had a meeting with him. You know what he told me in the meeting? He actually told me someone that I used to work for, right? He said, "Oh, we just funded them such and such amount of money to buy a space for a nail salon, for a spa."
Huh.
So I said, "So you just funded them this much to open up a spa,
right?
But you can't give me $20,000 to open up a school in Fall River?"
Yeah, that's crazy.
You $20,000 to open up a school, education, and that's helping the community.
Everybody, exactly.
That's helping Fall River.
Absolutely.
Right?
And they just didn't believe in it.
No, he pretty much said that it's bullshit.
And have you shown him?
Not yet. Oh, we're going there. We're going back. We're going back,
Hey,
honey.
me
So
too.
$20,000, right? I couldn't get $20,000. So what's my calculator? You have a calculator?
Yep, let's get the
So you do the
calculator
math.
out.
When the state came in for inspection, right? And then I asked him, I was like, "So I only need six students to begin with for my first class." He said, "No, you need 12 students."
Oh.
So I only had enough supplies for six students.
Wow.
So I was like, damn. So now I had to push the class back, get more supplies, and I ended up having like 12 students that enrolled, but 2 of them dropped because it was around the holiday.
Right.
So you do the math. And at that time, I was only doing like a special.
So
for 2,800.
2,800. So
That's
that
30
alone is 33,600. So they would have had their 20 stacks after your first class, and they said no.
They said no.
Wow.
So now I'm on my, let me see, 1, 2. I'm on my third. I've already graduated about like 35, 36 students that graduate from the school.
All right. So say if you just did the 6, right, at the $3,000, that's 18,000 per class. And how many classes have you done?
So far I've had I had one morning that my first class was a morning only. Then my second one was a morning and an evening and a second evening. So I had 4 classes.
4 classes. So 72 grand in 1 year?
Less than a year.
In less than a year?
Yeah. It's only been a year.
72 grand. They would have got their money back.
It's gonna be a year in November.
Let's do the clapping emojis to that. Let's cheers to that. Take a little.
You know what? Here's the thing. I am giving away my techniques. I don't feel like there's always going to be a competition for me.
See, and I love that because you're taking your expertise and you're helping other women. You know what I mean? So you know how some people, when they know stuff and somebody asks them, they don't want to give their secrets away. They don't want to help another person because they don't want to see somebody else doing better than them.
Right.
So the fact that you want to have a school and actually show people what you know, that's amazing. You know what I mean? And that's the true definition of women empowerment. And, you know, and your class is not solely based for women. Men can.
No, of course. I can't wait to have like the first men sitting on it.
But when I mean like women empowerment, like the fact that you choose to empower other individuals.
Oh yeah, and I'm very very, very feminist. Listen, I will help anyone without even having the thought of I need something back from you. I just love to see women succeed.
I love that.
It's just I get so much joy just seeing other women doing their things, like you know, making it happen, making money, especially single mom.
That's right.
You know, I like most of my classes. I always tell my students, if you can't come to school because you don't have a babysitter, the school is about $1,700 100 square footage. I have plenty of room.
Bring your kid.
Bring your kid. That is not a reason why
you
can't come to class.
See?
Unless it's a
excuses.
baby, unless it's a newborn, it's a baby. Of course, the smell is very strong.
Right.
We wouldn't want that. I personally bring my son everywhere. And I thank God for having my own business because
some places
my son, like my son is not attached. My son is attached to everyone. He loves everyone, right?
Parker, he's so cute.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Because he was a preemie, I don't want to just have my son
exposed to
anywhere or exposed to like just anybody, right? So when I open my nail salon, I have a room specifically for Parker.
For him, absolutely. See?
When I opened the school, that room was actually for Parker. I was like, you know what? Parker don't ever want to stay in there. He just wants to be around running and whatever. Yeah. So I put the locker in there. In my office, he can always go in the office and just hang out over there. And I have like a pull-up thing, like it's like a little chair, but then you can
it folds out.
It folds out. If he wants to take a nap, whatever, go there.
And that's the best thing about being your own boss,
right?
Is that you can create that type of atmosphere, and like I said, you always make people feel comfortable, and that's why you have been so successful, I think, because people gravitate to that type of energy. You know what I mean? You always make people feel welcome.
Yeah, I always tell my students that don't ever feel like, oh my God. Oh, if you have a kid, right? You have a toddler, you don't have a baby, and my son, all I have to do is give him a look, and he's running away.
He knows. They know. They already know. You give them kids some look.
Just a look, right? But now, if your kid can listen, let them play. Look at this space, right? Absolutely. It's big enough.
Yep.
At a point, I had one kid. My son his mother actually used to bring him here, right? And the back room, all you see on the floor is little cars, toys everywhere. They're just back there playing, minding their own business.
They're chilling. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I bring my kid too. I bring my kid to work.
I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing to have that type of atmosphere. You know, being a single mom myself, like, it's tough when you don't have support, when you don't have anybody and you're trying to succeed and you're trying to make it in life. You know, thank God I have older kids now and my daughters help me with my son. You know what I mean?
Do you know how it feels whenever I train a student, right? Even before I started the nail school, people can actually tell that I trained them. You know how good that feels?
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
That is amazing.
Because they can just look at their work and automatically say this is... Yep.
So your work is very, what's that word? Help me
it's
out,
unique.
y'all. Yes, very unique. So they know once they see a certain type of style, they know that they learn from you.
Especially when it comes to shaping.
There you go.
They know, like, you learn from CCee. Yeah. So it's like, that's the goal for me, honestly. Out of everything else that I want to do in life with the school, you know, making it bigger, like having more than just the nails. Apart from that, the goal is seeing my students succeed.
That's amazing.
And they can actually say, okay, I learned from CCee. I graduated from CCee Nails Academy. And I don't care if you want to work for me for a month, 2 months, 3 months, right? I will give you the space and the opportunity to work with me, by my side, while I'm still training you.
That's great.
The only thing that I always ask people is that be honest.
Right.
If you don't want the job, don't take it.
Right.
Because once you apply, right, then I hired you, then I have client asking about you. My client depends on you. You can't commit to work.
Yeah, no, you have
you
a
don't
reputation
show up.
You have to uphold.
Yeah, you come whenever you feel like it, or you're not focused.
Right.
It's not an easy 1 to 3. You don't just open a business and right off the bat you're making money. You're making a profit.
Right. You gotta actually put in time. You gotta put in effort. And like I always say, you have to spend money to make money. So I think, excuse me, I think the fact that you have this opportunity for people, especially in Fall River, because you know there's not a lot of opportunity like that. So the fact that you opened the school out this way to give people the opportunity to perfect a craft and learn something.
And I think I'm the only
one
one too. I think I am the first black on in Massachusetts.
Hey, clapping emojis to that, y'all.
My inspector, the guy that came in to inspect the school, right? And I specifically asked him, how many schools you actually, do the inspection for so far? I said Nell's school, right? And he said to me, I've been in my position for over 6-7 years, and you were actually the first one.
That's great.
I was his first.
That's power moves right there. That's boss moves.
So it was just like, wow.
Boss moves right there.
I just want to own this. Mm-hmm. I want to have a full cosmetology school.
That's what's up. I'm so happy
that's the goal.
Hell yeah.
But I want my students to succeed. I want them to come here and not feel like I don't get it and I want to give up. That's not the goal here.
Right.
Because I'm still learning.
You want to help them learn.
Talking about starting from the bottom. If I show you my work, if I show you the little corner, the little corner, I used to have a little table from the dollar store. I used to do nails on.
You got to start from the bottom, and now you here.
Yeah, and then
you know what I'm saying? What Drake said, started from the bottom, now you here. So that's what matters.
And getting the no for that loan actually did it for me.
That was the motivation, right?
I'm glad they didn't give it to me because now I don't have to pay anybody back.
Period. That's all profit for you now.
Yeah, I don't have to pay any. Listen, that's fine, but I'm going back there.
As you should. You should.
Because here's the thing. You either understand the field or you don't understand the field.
They never took the time to do the research like you said.
And ask questions. But I did the research for you.
All they had to do was ask questions, but they didn't want to do it. They'd rather tell you no.
I did the research. I had a whole business plan. I did the research. I did everything for them. I even compared the only other nail school that's been in business for 15 years, right? That was the only school, okay? That school and then my school,
right?
As a new, like a modern school.
Modern, right?
Right? I even compared what she's making because I had to do my research.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So every time she has a class, there's always about like 17, 18 students in her classroom. So that means it's a high demanding field. I did the math. I did the research. I even mentioned that school.
Right.
I even mentioned her like how often she has like classes and how many students she usually have in the classroom.
Right.
And I only give him the minimum.
Minimum, you said, yeah.
And
he said no.
He said the projection, he said the amount of money you claim that for the first 2 years, it doesn't add up. Oh, you're not doing the math?
He said it didn't add up?
No. So I asked you for $20,000 and my capacity is 12 students. But you can't, and not only that, the first 2 years I did a promotion.
Yeah. I know, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, the first 2 years I did a promotion. The tuition is $3,000. The first 2 years I did, I give $200.
Yeah, I remember sharing your promotions and stuff because you were always giving them.
Right. So, and then I so far I have like 35 or 36 students that graduates from the school.
That's amazing.
Now, my class for this month, I have 10 students for the morning class. 10 students, I believe. Hopefully, no one shows up here and says I'm late. Because I honestly, I had to go back and do like an emergency supply.
Oh my goodness!
Because at the last minute, I had a few students that wanted to get in this class.
You can't say no to money. Shoot, you better get it going, girl.
So for this class, I have 10 in the morning so far, and it starts on Monday. And then the evening class, I have about 8 students. So that's 18 students.
That's full right there.
Yeah. The plan was to do 15 students only because I only had 15 supply 15 like I only had enough supplies for 15 students my stock because I was like, I'm not spending money on supplies when I'm not even having a class right now.
Right.
That money I can invest it
absolutely
on something else, right? But then I'm like, when I reach 15 students, and I got 2 more. I was like, oh God.
You're like, oh shit, now I gotta go get more stuff.
More stuff. And now, especially for the luggage, I'm
know.
after this class, I'm not giving them luggage anymore. It's too heavy, and it's cost effective. It's too much.
Right.
But it was just like the goal was 15, and you know what? Always believe in yourself.
Yeah. But I think that that's good that you give yourself at least a minimum, so you have to hit that.
Right.
Like my goal is 15 every class, and if you go over, fantastic.
The goal is always full capacity. I have 12. Listen,
I'm on 24.
I'm on 24.
24. So.
My goal for next year is 36 students within that first. So my classes last about so the class is about 6 to 7 weeks, right? So that's what. Almost 2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
Because it's for 2.5 months.
2.5 months, right? And the goal is to, next year, is to have 36 students within that 2.5 month period of time.
And I think that you can achieve that.
It's
goal.
going
It's
to happen.
very
You know
achievable.
why? Because now there's other programs out there that's willing to help them.
Exactly.
So you have the SIR job. The
Right.
SIR job, I guess, I don't know how that one works, but the SIR job, they pay about...
So I have a friend that works at SIR job, so I'm going to reach out to her and get some information so I can share it with the viewers. So I'll definitely get that info for y'all. So check back for the IG for that. So let's wrap it up with you. Yeah. Let's see. So any other things you want to add?
I mean, for the morning class, I'm not taking any more students because it's like everyone that actually enrolled, I'm going back, trying to see if I can get my supply. How soon can you ship my supplies? How soon? So it's kind of like, and I don't have a big storage, so I don't want to keep
it all there.
Keep it all in there, right? Especially when it comes to like the monomer, the acetone and stuff like that.
Right.
They're, it's dangerous to have the flammable stuff hanging in there.
Here. Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't like to keep like a whole stock of supplies, and that's why I always tell students, like, if you are not sure about enrolling, it's okay.
Right.
If you're not ready, you can always
make sure that you can commit to the
class. Exactly, because then I have to get the supplies. Then I have to the book. Once I purchase your book, I can't. Once you start using it, I can't return it.
Right.
And it's online.
Yeah.
If it was like a handbook, I can use it. I can
reuse
reuse it and give it to another student.
Right.
But it's online.
Yeah.
So if you're not sure about it, don't do it. And that's okay. I've had students that enroll and it's like, okay,
I can't do it.
I can't do it because I have this coming up, because that. But next year, like around tax season, you have the money invested.
Exactly.
You can get the BBL after, or you can get the boobs, the BBL, the tummy tuck. You can get that. You can get that after.
Invest in yourself.
Invest in yourself.
Something that's gonna make you, succeed in life. Spend money to make your money. I tell y'all this all the time. You are your biggest fan. You are your only thing standing in your way. So invest in yourself, especially when there's so many opportunities out there.
Right.
Like CCee said, there's always, a need for nail techs. The money that you can make, you know what I mean? She just explained to you guys. Once I upload this, you'll be able to go back and hear everything she was saying about the amount of money that you can make with just one set. So imagine getting 4, 5, 6 clients in a day.
You make your 3,000.
That's what I was just about to ask you.
Pull up that calculator. Listen.
What's the cheapest nails that you've been able to do?
$45.
$45. Okay, so $45.
That's what I always do. I always go with the cheapest.
Okay. Right? Now, how many clients on a regular do you
You can do 6, 7 clients a day.
So we'll say you do 7 clients a day because you're an expert. So you do 7 clients.
Well, for me, with my schedule, it's kind of tight.
That's true.
Like,
very true.
I have to, because I take care of my kid. I have to pick up my kid from school. I have to drop my kid off. I have to drop my kid. So he take the bus to school. Then I have to pick up my kid. Then after that, if I have to go back to work, that's like a whole 2 hours of, money that I'm losing.
Right.
Because again, I have to get him out of school. I have to make sure that I have food for him. I have to make sure that I do this and I do that. Right. And then I have to make sure that if I have paperwork to do here, I have to make sure that I come back here
and get it done.
Get it done. If I have like a student that wants to come here and see the school, whatever,
come do chores.
Yeah, it's like they are allowed to ask me like, okay, can I see the school?
You're always available.
I'm always available for that. So for me, it's different. For me, it's more like 5 clients a day.
Right.
On Saturdays, Fridays and Saturdays, it's more like 6 to 7.
Right. So with the 7
but the
clients
cheap,
that we said,
the minimum is 45.
That's $315.
That's $315 a day. So you time that by four.
Let's say weeks. 5 days. Let's say 5 days because they usually work 5 days a week. So that's $1,500 a week that you can make doing the bare minimum nails. $45 nails. You can make $1,500 a week.
And what I tell people is what I tell my student is that make sure you actually put that money. I don't care what emergency you have. I don't care. Put that money aside until you reach $3,000.
Period.
And there goes the money that you spent to learn how to do nails.
Exactly. You get your money back.
You always get the money back.
And what? So we just said $1,500 a week. So you're gonna get your money back in 2 weeks of doing nails.
That's $45.
And have all this expensive equipment that she provides during the class.
And if you're doing the gel X, you can do 50 because everyone else is doing 60, 65.
And
but as a beginner, because you're just starting off. You wanna gain the clientele. Then you want those clients to return, right? Let's say you're not there yet with acrylic. You have dip, then you have the gel X.
Right.
The gel X is more expensive and the dip is more expensive
than the acrylic. There goes your money. You make $3,000 in 2 weeks.
2
weeks, guys. That there's literally money to be made. Like I told y'all, I'm about to take the class and become her nail tech. So
I'm always hiring. I know.
Stay tuned for that. Y'all about to see me doing nails, But I appreciate you taking the time, CCee. Yes. I appreciate everybody who joined our lives. Hello to y'all. Thank you to all of you guys who joined. So this is the EYC project. Stay tuned for the next episode. It'll be in a month or 2. I'll keep y'all posted. And again, if you want to book services with CCee, you can go to her Instagram page. And there's a link to book services for your manis, pedis, all full service nails. And if you want to sign up for a class, her last class does start this Monday, but she does have upcoming classes in March. So she does have a website, CCeeNailsAcademy.com, where you can go learn all about the school, learn how to enroll and get started for March. And there's plenty of time to get help through the search jobs and everything from now till then. So no excuses.
I don't, I always try to get the best information for them to how to pay, because I know that there's people. And then another thing too, once I get there, I get where I reach my goals and everything. I do want to offer not grant. What am I saying? Scholarship.
That'll be amazing.
I want to do at least 2 scholarships a year.
Yeah, that's
because
great.
I know that I had one student, right, and she still messaged me with one potential, and she was like, "Oh my God, what's the state what is it? I shoot my mind. Not the surge job, the MRC, right?
Okay, yeah.
So she was like, "What is that?" And when I explained it to her, and the disappointment is like, "Damn, I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified for it." And then she's like, "I've been trying to get in your class since
you started.
Since you started, and it's been hard on me financially or whatever." I felt something, I was like, "God damn!" But then I have to pay for supplies, right? I have to pay for your book, and I have to pay for this, I have to pay that, for that. So I pray that I get to the level of where I'm comfortable.
You will, because you're trying to bless somebody, and when you're
but that's the point. That's the goal.
Come back to you.
When God bless you, it's to bless other people.
Absolutely.
God doesn't when He bless you, it's not for you to be selfish.
Exactly.
If you can help another person, help. You know, so that's the goal. That's what I would love to do. You know,
that's an amazing goal, and I think she's already more than halfway there. I think that, you know, just listening to her story and how far CCee has come, it's just phenomenal. Like I said, a door was slammed literally in her face. She was told no. Listen, because we got to recap it because I see some new people joining. She was told no, and she still did her thing. And super proud of you. Round of applause again. I think you are phenomenal, and I think you should continue blessing the people around you because those blessings will continue to come to you. So, with that being said, this is the EYC project. I hope y'all enjoyed, and we'll tune in next time.